And on the XAUUSD, we have been quite profitable this week so far. And let's quickly run through what we saw here at the beginning of the week. So the week started on a bearish note here after we acknowledged this channel between the 1990 and the 1970 area. And to further buttress some possible reversal pattern to happen here, we identified a structure which looks more like a head and shoulder pattern. We have the left shoulder, we have the head, price drops to the downside, we have the right shoulder, and you know what we look out for whenever we have a reversal pattern like this. We want to see a neckline area which coincidentally shares a confluence with that 1970 level, which was the support line at the beginning of the week. And for this reversal pattern to be mature, we want to see price action take out the neckline, break down, retest of structure to join that decline to the downside. And that was exactly what happened. Price action gave us about 350 pips in profit on that one before we saw this consolidation phase happen here during the course of the Wednesday's trading session. And this was prior to the FOMC on Wednesday. And we identified that level, and we also anticipated trading opportunities from that structure, as you can see here. So this is the structure here we identified during the live session on Wednesday. So we had the channel between the 1936 and the 1945. A breakout retest triggered our buy position, and boom, price moved in our favor, and we were able to make at least over 300 pips in profit in that market. So now with the situation of things now, yesterday's trading session, we also saw an opportunity to buy. Remember, we had a buy stop order above the 1985 level, which triggered a buy position. Price moved about 150 pips in our favor before the sell pressure resumes. And now zooming into the current structure here, you will see that price action has retested that $2,000 mark 3 times this week. As you can see, the first rejection was here, though price action broke it out a little bit to the upside at that point. Then the second one came in yesterday during the later part of the New York session. We saw another sharp rejection, but price was unable to break out of that level. Now in the last couple of hours, we saw another sharp rejection where the last candle here has just closed in the form of a shooting star candle, which is a sign that sellers are still very strong in this market. So with the situation here and the continued selling pressure around the $2,000 area, it is reasonable to look out for selling opportunities in this market. And to sell the XAUUSD in this market, what do we want to see that will give us that confirmation that sellers are actually here to stay? Well, to further buttress this current structure and the strength of the buyers here, I connected the series of higher lows. So we have a bullish trend line here, which we shall be using to guide our trading activity for today. Now to sell the XAUUSD, we want to see that bullish trend line broken to the downside, and that area also shares a confluence with that 1985 level, which if you look into the past year, it has been a strong selling niche in this particular market. Despite the sharp breakout of the structure here on Monday, we saw that as soon as price dropped below that structure, we saw selling pressure resume around that area. So right now price is trading above that selling zone. So one thing I want to be seeing here to sell the XAUUSD is to see price action break down the structure to the downside, with selling pressure resume below the 1985. Then we could actually join that decline to the downside. And the sell setup here on the XAUUSD has a tendency of giving us multiple entries, as we have structures like the 1970 broken to the downside will be welcoming additional position. Then we have the 1960 and the 1945 to guide more trading opportunities. So what we simply want to be seeing around that area is when price breaks down that structures, we scale down to our lower time frame, look out for retest of structure, selling pressure below the structures, then we could add more position to our existing trade. So for the XAUUSD today, I'm still tending towards a bearish momentum here, though we have seen attempt by the buyers to try to break out of the $2,000 level, and you will agree with me that this $2,000 mark is a critical point in this market. And to further buttress this, it is the highest point price action has ever been this year. And for price to actually do a successful breakout of that structure, it needs some time to acclimatize around that area. It's not yet used to that structure, so it still needs some time. So we might likely see some retracement phase in anticipation of building more momentum to actually break out of that level. So I'm still of the opinion that price will still go to the downside on this one. So we have the bullish trend line here as our yardstick for trading activity for today. A breakdown of that structure should be confirming a selling opportunity, which also shares a confluence with that 1,985. So what this simply means is that we want to be having a sell position as long as price remain below the 1,985 level in this market. So let's see what happens going forward. I'm looking out for selling pressure. Let's have our sell stop just below the 1,985 so that we can take advantage of this opportunity. Now, in as much as we look out for selling opportunities here, we also want to keep our options open just in case bullish momentum comes in. Then we take advantage. We can be able to take advantage of that move. But for me, at this point, I'm holding towards a bearish bias on this market. But if a bullish momentum happens, we want to be on standby to catch that move as well. But the only thing that I want to be seeing here on this market structure to be able to buy the XAUUSD for today is to see price action take out the sell position at the $2,000 mark. And what do I mean by that? I want to see price action break out of the structure, in fact break out that structure significantly well, and then we look out for on our lower time frame, look out for buy pressure above this level. Then this will give me a confirmation and confidence to be part of that bullish momentum. But if this does not happen and price continue to trade below the $2,000 area, then mark my word, we are looking at the 1,985 area to join that decline to the downside. So let's be on standby for either of these opportunities to happen, and I wish you best of luck on the XAUUSD.